Thinking of moving to Valdosta, Georgia? Let's talk about what it actually costs to live here, because it's not just about the Southern charm and the Georgia peaches. We'll dive into housing, transportation, utilities, and other factors that go into the cost of living. And stick around to the end where we compare Valdosta to the national average, so you can actually see how far your dollar stretches. Puzzle piece number one, housing. It's the biggest piece of the list, and it's also where you will find the most savings compared to the national average. Now I'm gonna throw out some numbers here today. After doing some research, say they are the average, so don't take it to heart, but this is what I found for you. The average median price in Valdosta for May 2025 was $250,000. But of course, like everywhere, there's gonna be price points starting at $100,000, like the smaller homes, older homes that need a little TLC, all the way up to the seven figures, over the $1 million with larger estates, custom built homes on some acreage. So there's a price point for everywhere, whatever you're looking for. For the rental cost, one bedroom apartment, $900 to $1,200 a month. Two bedroom typically ranges from $1,100 to $1,500 a month. Obviously larger apartments, the higher price, but that's about the average so far for Valdosta this year. In comparison, it's still about 20 to 30% lower than the national margin. The Valdosta housing saw a 9% increase in appreciation from last year, and most houses are selling at 99% of the list price. So whatever it's listed at, it usually goes for. Lately on, I've seen that it's been more of a buyer's market. Listings are lasting longer than normal. I think that inventory is getting a little saturated, so it's more of a buyer's market, so you can pick and choose and get a little more of a deal going on right now. Price per square foot, on average, $141 to $148, and many homes feature large yards and mature trees, which is a rare perk in bigger cities. I think we covered most of the basics for housing. If you got any specific questions you want to ask, feel free to, I'll have my contact down here in the bio. You can shoot me an email or a text anytime. And with those lower utility bills compared to the national average, that means more money stays in your pocket. All right, for those looking for rental properties, we have a steady demand. We have VSU, the local college, university, and Moody Air Force Base that always has people transitioning in and out. So there's a steady number of supply of people trying to find housing. If you're looking for, say, short-term rentals like an Airbnb, or you could do year-to-year leases for college kids, like I used to do growing up back in my day. The rental market, one bedroom apartment around $900 to $1,200 a month, two bedroom $1,100 to $1,500 per month. Obviously, large apartments or rental homes can go higher depending on what you're looking for. We even have some houses in our neighborhood rent out their entire 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. So everything's available. You just have to find the right price point you're looking for and a good realtor to help you find it. All right, groceries. We're gonna keep this section a little smaller because everybody likes different food and different taste. So I'll give you some numbers so you know what to expect. Single adult plan to spend around $600 to $700 on groceries a month, which is still 5% less than the national average, so a little more money in your pocket. Small family, $800 to $1,200 per month. Once again, depending on what you like to eat and where you like to shop. There are plenty of local restaurants, even in the surrounding cities, that offer a little bit of different tasting menu. Great date night spots, me and my wife like to go to. Valdosta is part of a rich agricultural area, so there's always fresh products at local farmers markets. You can get fresh produce there pretty much year round because of our climate down here, which is a huge bonus. But other than that, it's groceries. Everybody shops differently and eats differently, so I can't really tell you that much about it. All right, next up is transportation. And guess what? Once again, we're a little lower than the national average. Price of gas on average in June was $2.95, $2.88 to $2.95. The average commute time around Valdosta is about 20 minutes. That sounds a little high to me. I'd say mine's about, 10, 15 minutes on where I need to go. It's right on 75, so you can get to Atlanta, Jacksonville, the Gulf Coast in 2, 3, 4 hours, no problem. So it's a great little hub right in the south of Georgia. So you can split off to go to either side of the coast of Florida, or you can go up north to Atlanta. It's a great little middle point to be at. There's a very little citywide transportation available, so I would suggest getting your own vehicle if you don't have one. Now we're on to healthcare. South Georgia Medical Center is our local hospital. It is continuously growing. It's one of our top employers in the city, but the healthcare costs in Valdosta are generally 10% lower than the national average. Average doctor visit is around $116. Dentist, we have 4 hospitals within an hour drive. a couple local in town, and then we got a Moultrie one, Adel, and another one I think I'm forgetting. So there's plenty of big hospitals and smaller local doctor offices too, which is always nice to have healthcare available when you need it, for sure. All right, daycare and childcare. We are approximately $1,800 per month for full-time infant care, which is significantly more affordable, about 20 to 28% lower than both Georgia's state average and the national average, which is a huge financial relief for families with small children. We also have parks and playgrounds, family events year-round. So anyone with a younger family starting out or smaller children, it's a great place to be. Okay, you can see the trend and where we're going. Now we will try and put it on the screen right here, or take up the whole screen and just summarize everything we've gone over so you can see actually how Valdosta fares against the national average. We are overall 8% lower than the national average. Biggest one being housing, which is obviously the biggest piece of the puzzle, 19 to 22% lower than the national average, making the houses attainable and renting very affordable. Groceries, approximately 5% lower. Utilities, anywhere from 0 to 10% lower depending on where you're coming from. Transportation, about 1.4% lower. Healthcare, about 10% lower. Goods and services, roughly 4% cheaper. The cons that we didn't really discuss: public transportation. Valdosta is primarily a car-dependent city. While we talked about there are some local options that exist, it's not as extensive as larger cities. So owning a car is generally a better idea and less of a headache for you. There's also fewer big city amenities. There's plenty of local entertainment and cultural events that's happening. But if you're looking for 5-star restaurants or Broadway shows, you're in the wrong spot. So there you have it. Comprehensive look at what it costs to live in Valdosta, Georgia. Our city offers a fantastic quality of life with a significantly lower cost compared to the rest of the country. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, an affordable rental, or just trying to make a move and have your dollar stretch further, Valdosta has tons of options for you. If you're ready to explore what Valdosta could mean for you, or if you have any questions about the current real estate market, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to answer any of your questions and help you find your own piece of paradise in South Georgia. All right, like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more real estate insights, and leave a comment down below on what you think about Valdosta's cost of living. Thanks for watching.